Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. We are now on World 8. And I just now realized that's a Koopa skull in the lava on the right there. Interesting. Anyway, we've made it to the final world of the game. After the craziness that we've been through all game. A grassland, a desert land, a water land, a giant land, a cloud land, an ice land, and an island land. Or a plant land, I guess you could call World 7 that. We are now in the Koopa land. And of course, we're going to be doing things that involve, well, the Koopas, kind of. We gotta go through a tank, we gotta go through an airship before we can really do anything here. So let's go ahead and do it. And now we are at the tanks. And the way that everything's going makes you wonder, are the screens scrolling or the tanks scrolling? Is it fixed? Or is it really auto-scrolling the whole time? How did I hit you? Definitely want to watch out for the guys with the wrenches. Spanners, if you live anywhere in the United Kingdom. I don't know if it's a particularly English expression, to be quite honest. And as you can see, you got a lot of the bombs coming out of the cannons. Got these guys. In case you got hit, you can get another mushroom here. But in this case, I got the super leaf, and that's alright. And I'm going to stand right here. Well, it's a good thing I got that extra hit then. That was something. But I know that there's going to be a big... Why am I carrying you? About to say, I know that there's going to be a big pipe somewhere. It's going to be right after this tank. Get up there. That'll allow us to avoid the big cannonball. We should be good now. All we have left to do is to go into the pipe, beat up the boomerang brother, and get the star. By the way, if you stay around long enough at the end where the pipe is, the treads on the tank stop moving. But it does make me wonder, are you really in a fixed position? I want to believe so. Well, anyway, we are now going to go onto an airship. And I could get the super leaf in that box there, but I'd rather not even chance it. I'd rather not even deal. And right here where this big pipe is supposed to be, we're going to have to make a big jump. Once the ship we are on is almost off the screen to the left there, because we don't want to land in the drink. It is possible to just stay underwater the whole time and then just keep swimming until the end, but I don't feel like doing it that way. Plus, I have a good idea of what I'm doing after all, because I did all my practicing for this world before I did this video. I may get this done in one video, I may not. Neither way, we're pretty much coming towards the end anyway. And it's a good thing I waited. Make a big jump to that pipe. Just get on top of it right then and there. And there is the pipe that leads to another battle that we're gonna do. And it's Boom Boom. No, you land on Boom Boom. There you go. I almost got hit by Boom Boom again. I haven't noticed a card game show up in World 8. So once you make it past World 7, any items that you want, you're going to have to fight for them by going through the areas. Also, you want to go through this pipe in order to continue on with the level. And I'm going to use the star that I just earned to go in here. Now, you can actually pass through these little fire zone areas, but if you try, sometimes a hand will come out and grab you. Ow! That was a bad idea. And in that case, you're going to have to go through the area. I'm going to be doing all these anyway, whether the hands grab me or not, because I want the super leaves. I really want the super leaves. And it's a good thing I used a star there, because that made the Podobo jumping in the second fire zone area easier. I can't talk. Thankfully, the Podoboos are the only enemy in the second fire zone. And thankfully, I have another Fire Starman and another one of many fire flowers that I can use for this easily. Don't want to go too fast. The star will not save me from lava. And you definitely got to dodge all the cheap cheats, but thankfully, since I had the star, it was a little easier. Just pay attention to what's going on the screen. You should be fine. Be ready to make a running crash underneath a wall of blocks in case you're anything but Small Mario. And you should be able to get on through. Now, I'm going to use one of my 5 P-Wings for this next area. I could platform through this myself, but why would I want to? Instead, I'm just going to stay in the center, keep pressing the jump button the entire time, and just sail through this level. Because you're going to have a lot of fire cannons, a lot of wrench throwers, and a pretty fast scrolling speed, and they can all work together against you to make getting through this place the skillful way, I guess you could call it that, the worst thing in the world. And thankfully that guy's wrench all the way at the top there did not hit me. And we should be nearing the end pretty soon. Wait for that thing to go all the way to the right. Good. Now we will have to probably fight. Okay. I'm about to say, we would have to fight with the ability to fly forever as long as we don't get hit, but apparently that did not become as much of a problem as I thought it would. Also, that other path up and to the right there, that finally opened up because we beat this super hard airship level. And big pro tip for World 8, you want to make sure you have at least 2 P-Wings, because there are at least 2 levels that really require the P-Wing if you want to get through them super easily. That airship we got through was just the first one. We'll be seeing the second one shortly, but it's not this one. This one is amazingly doable. It helps if you're Raccoon Mario. I will say that. And I'm going to wait for those fireballs to stop moving. Try really hard not to run into the blocks in the pipe there, so I don't get myself in trouble. And why did you do the thing? Oh! You actually did something I wanted you to do. Anyway, there will be bullet bills coming out of that one and that one. And I want to be very careful here. There we go. I did not want those bullet bills completely. No, 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 no. Ah. That was terrible. I think it was better off, you know, making a running jump from there, but we can do this. We can still do this. You don't necessarily need the P-Wing unless you're really having trouble here. I always suggest using the P-Wing if you're really going to have trouble with this place. Now let's not do that again. And we're going to go over here. You didn't come after me, that's a good thing. I don't know why I'm grabbing that. I should have known that was going to happen. Woo. Let's see if we can keep this guy, these bullet bills, away from the side of the screen there. And I'm glad I saw you coming. Let's try this again. Woo! Okay, wrong ones. No! Ah! I guess I'm gonna have to use the P-Wing after all. I was able to get through this okay in the practice run. Let's play Curse at Work. Unfortunately. But as you can see, you could be able to go up there and get something. Don't know why you'd want to, but you can. Why are you following me? I did not expect you to follow me while I was in the sky like this. Thankfully, there wasn't much after that pipe we couldn't get past with the note block. It was just a goal and that was it. Even in the final world, the stages are pretty short. Matter of fact, they've always been this short. So I'm going to go ahead and use another P-Wing and use it to get through World 2. Or Stage 2 of World 8, rather. This one has more note block madness. But it's not until you get at least halfway through the stage that you're going to see it. Halfway through the stage, you're going to see the sun, the evil sun that we saw all the way in World 2, come out from behind the slope just out of nowhere. That's why there's a high elevation to this stage very early on. And you have to get past him, avoid him while going to the other side of a pit with note blocks. And that can be very hard to do. Thankfully, there is the P-Wing. And we could use those pipes, but why would we want to do that? Instead, we're gonna go to the fortress. That's the only place we can really go after all this. And let's go in this door. Try not to get hit by the Potaboo. We're not hitting that block because it's going to contain a Fire Flower that I don't want at the moment. And this is a lot more easy to do if you are Raccoon Mario. We're going to get down here. And it's a good thing I hit that block first. Now we just need to get up there and not get hit again. And we need to use the conveyor belts, try not to fall in the lava, and make our way further to the right. All without getting hit. I'm going to duck down here just to be safe. There's a super leaf there if you need it. If you manage to get here without one. Good. So far, so good. Now, gonna break these blocks. Gonna hit this from the left end. I hope that did it. Gonna let this travel a little bit. Go. Okay. Get rid of you. If I could have gotten it a little further to the right there, I could have used it to take care of that thwomp. That would have made it absolutely perfect. Now here, we're just gonna run to the right, and we're gonna duck down because as long as the P switch is enabled, we just found underneath that block there near the end. As long as that P switch is operational, the conveyor belts will not run. I'm guessing that if you don't have the raccoon Mario power-up, what you're supposed to do is just go in and out through the doors. You'll be going between two different areas, and I know at one point you're going to have to be doing some running and ducking in order to do some sliding underneath a very narrow opening in a wall just to get somewhere. But if you have Raccoon Mario, that is super, super easy. Also, you want to take the pipe to the left, because if you take the pipe to the right, you're going to go backwards. And from here, it's more tanks. This time around, you do have ceilings with stuff shooting at you from above to deal with. Why are you over there, Mario? Don't do that. Also want to take care of the wrench guys, because I know they're going to be a pain. Thankfully, they don't come back, unlike some of the wrench throwers from the airship stages. And I know that if I do this right, I can get past all of those cannonballs. Thankfully, none of those things shoot bullet bills, any of those cannons there on the ceilings or anything. I don't know why I thought I could jump that and jump off of it and then just keep on going. That is not a possibility. I don't know why I tried it, but we're near the end anyway. And I believe we're going to meet Boom Boom a second time. You've got wings, I don't care. I'm definitely going to have to get some new earbuds because for some reason I'm getting sound through only the right one. But you know what? I don't exactly care because we're getting really close to the end now here. I am really not a fan of these earbuds. And now these things are just starting to die on me in the recording. Wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. These things are actually dying on me. We don't need no freaking sound! We're getting a P-Wing! We're doing this! You're better off doing this with the P-Wing because of those statues over there. You had to run like heck if you don't have them. And I believe if you go to the door, I believe you get carried up with an elevator or something. Or you'll be able to get a way to fly up there. And we're gonna face the left there in order to keep that thing from hitting us there. Thankfully, that thing cannot get us from there. These 3 roto discs will kill any P-switch P-wing run here. You definitely want to be very slow going down so that way those things don't hit you. And as soon as you reach the lava, you want to go all the way up to the ceiling as far left as you possibly can. And you keep moving to the right. You will have to do some running jumps and some crazy platforming in order to use the donut blocks to get all the way up here. This is where you're supposed to go. And from here, we want to go all the way to the left and fly just to be safe. That way that first statue can't get us. From there, we'll be able to avoid the rest of the statue, which sadly do not shoot lasers. And by staying up here, we'll be able to avoid the fireballs. It is possible to use the donut blocks to avoid the fireballs, but we don't want to really rely on that now, do we? And now it is time for the final battle with Bowser. You actually want to stay on the bricks during the battle here. Because if you stay all the way up top with the P-Wing there, he will just keep jumping between the very far left side of the room to the other. And I can't believe I jumped on him like that. And apparently when I can get him in the center like this, I can kind of manipulate where he goes. And that's it. Once you get him to go through the blocks just by jumping on them, and you basically open up a pit, he's done. You have just completed Super Mario Bros. 3. And then this door opens. Yes, if you fall into a pit at this point, you will have to do the entire stage over. Don't do that. Instead, go through the door. You will finally meet Princess Peach. And you will have finally rescued her. Oh, Peach. But that is it! That is Super Mario Bros. 3. We get a quick recap of all 8 worlds. There's Grassland, where it all started. There's Desert Hill, aka the Koopa Desert, where he met the Fire Brothers for the first time. There's the Ocean Side, where we saw the island that looked like Japan. There's the Big Island, which had all those giant enemies, and I loved it. World 5, the Sky, aka the Cloud World. Also, a Koopa is worshipping a Tanuki Mario statue. That is interesting. I'm surprised that made it past Nintendo. World 6, Iceland. The Frozen World. World 7, the Pipe Maze. That was interesting. And World 8, Castle of Koopa, where he finally fought Bowser, who now has a flowing mullet for the first time in Mario history. And then after that, the end. What is there to be said about Super Mario Bros. 3? It is a wonderful, wonderful platformer full of very short but very exciting levels. The boss battles with Boom Boom may be a little repetitive for some, but the way the blocks are set up in some of the rooms do make it a little more interesting. I especially like the fact that you had to fight Koopa other than run to the right and grab the axe to cut the bridge down. That was pretty nice too. And there was just a lot of variety in the obstacles and how to get through the stages and everything. The only one part I didn't like was that one stage in World 6. I understand that he wanted to do a little bit of problem solving, a little bit of puzzle elements with that one, where you had to fly all the way up there with the Koopa. But the fact that there's so many blocks on there, and so many grabbable blocks, it's like the player is somehow programmed or fooled to basically take those up to the top when really you're supposed to use the Koopa. If they had used some more puzzle solving like that in a few more of the stages, I probably wouldn't have disliked it as much as I did. But other than that, this is a very great game. Plenty of things to discover, plenty of things to see. You got the 7 Koopa Kids making their debut and you have to fight them all off. You got so many Hammer Brothers, so many awesome items to get, so many things to discover. It's a very, very wonderful game. After the craziness that is the Lost Levels and Super Mario 2 USA basically being a sprite hack of Doki Doki Panic, it was nice to see Super Mario Bros. 3 return to the roots from the first game and add a whole bunch of new things like overworld maps and inventory and savable power-ups and stuff like that. And of course, mini-games. And to top it all off, the music is great, the sound is great, play control is pretty tight, as you can expect for a Mario game from this era. Nintendo could seemingly do no wrong with the red portly plumber at this point. So that's it for Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3. Hopefully I will come back with another game. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad, maybe it'll be somewhere in between, who knows. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, thanks for watching, and see you guys later!